Good evening, gardeners. Well, happy to have you here. Thursday night, October 2nd or 3rd, whatever. I'm getting ready to show you a, see how we have baby tomatoes right there? Let's go right above them and let's clip them. No tomatoes, let's clip them. No tomatoes, let's clip them. Let's get rid of these tomatoes right now. So what I'm doing is I'm going to head off a lot of these tomatoes. They're not producing any fruit right now. We are the 1st of October. I do not see fruit, and it's honestly time to head them out. And this way they can put energy. I'm going to get rid of them flowers. They can put energy into the fruit that's down below them. That's the idea. So right now, going through our tomatoes, it's just that time, and clipping the fruit and saying, you know what, you had your chance, we're done. Oh, that's a mistake. All right, that's a mistake. That's a green tomato cell. That's how hopefully it'll be. But let's go ahead and clip these tomatoes. Let's verify. Though there's a tomato right there, so I'll clip above it. Anybody right now does not have a tomato, let's hopefully I clip it, and we're going to end it. We're going to terminate it, and we're going to head them off. Heading tomatoes. So right now I have some tomatoes that are turning right, but we look up here, we have a young tomato. And but we're also at a point now where these tomatoes that are on the vine or potential do not stand a chance of actually producing any fruit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head them out. I'm going to clip them off. Oh, don't get me wrong, they can produce a fruit. The problem is it's going to frost. So let's get out of that. And tell them to say, hey, look, don't put your energy into fruit. Put your energy into the fruit that's already there. That's what we're doing right now. So I'm just heading them off, clipping all this stuff. The only time of year that I actually tell determined tomatoes, no, it's enough, we're done. So that's where we're at right now, minus one tomato I should have done. And let's get rid of them. Let's tell the fruit, right now we're done growing. And let's put the energy into the fruit you already have. Let's not put into reproduction. So there's some blooms right there. Get rid of them. Just don't need them right now. And yep, it's too bad. If we had a heated greenhouse or a heated high tunnel, we can make this relationship work. But we're going to terminate the relationship. That's the theory. All right, cut them off. Cut that off. Let's make this a very selfish relationship right now. Let's get rid of them. Yeah, it's all about me right now. It's all about me. We'll cut you off. All right, no fruit there. If they got fruit, I'm going to be generous. See, there's fruit there, so I'll leave that one. I'll leave that one. There goes Maddie. And this one has fruit, so we'll cut above it. We're going to say that's it. The sucker right there will de-sucker you. But anything that's below it, we're going to go and cut it. Yep. Let me keep going. I don't know if you guys do any of this I don't know if any of you do this on your own vegetable garden, but it's the first time for us, and we've learned that every year we're tired of having green tomatoes by the millions after the snow flies and after the frost hits. So what we're going to try to do is say, nope, we've had enough. Get out of here. There's some tomatoes right there. We're going to say that's enough. We're going to terminate you. Yep. We're going to terminate you. What cat do I got nearby me? I hear a kitty cat. We'll get you out of here. No tomatoes. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, what a shame. So many good vines. We just finished putting up a lot of string this week, but these guys just can't. They don't have a chance. It's going to frost before they ever put out a tomato. There's a tomato up there, so I will be good. I'll cut that one. Yep. You have no tomatoes, so you go. There we go. All right. Let me keep going, folks, but this is what we're doing today. We are terminating tomatoes, saying this is enough. You've done all you could do. And we'll just keep on clipping these vines, and I'll come back and we'll pick them up. But the energy needs not to be applied toward reproduction. They need to be applied to the growth of what you already have. So a lot of these tomatoes that are hanging off of here and all that, we're just going to end it. Yep, they're done. They're done. It's too bad. I'm sorry. It's the way it's got to be. So I've been topping off the deadhead in my tomato plants, and I have made some mistakes. Sometimes I don't see them, but this is what it looks like. You see a couple of tomatoes way up there and right up there, but topping them off. We're the 1st of October, and I believe that we have a good chance of having a frost by the end of October. So instead of having a bunch of small tomatoes, let's go ahead and get the tomato plants to put their energy into the tomatoes that are there. So let's just not have any more tomatoes being pollinated. Let's put the energy into tomatoes that are already standing right there, just like those. Just like those small tomatoes right there. Let's put the energy into them. Instead of putting it into vertical growth, put it into vegetation. Let's go ahead and do that. So we have a lot to clean up, and I have a lot more to whack off as we go, because that's just the first couple rows. But that's the beginning of our 8-row experiment. So topping off tomatoes, folks. I'm back to topping off the plants, folks. Heading it out. Just trying to make sure there that we allow this small fruit like that to go ahead and mature without it putting any more emphasis on growth. And that's my game plan. So yeah, I don't want any more new growth at this time of year. Just like this right there, just trim it. These guys that are hanging over, hopefully, yeah. If it has fruit, I want it to mature. So you gotta be careful here, but there we go. And then like right here, we got some fruit. We have some fruit there, but I'll trim this part because that's gonna try to produce more. Same thing there, just keep on trimming it and prevent any more new growth up here. Got one, just top it off and top them off. Just trying to, as we head out our tomato plants and let the fruit mature. That's there. No more new tomatoes for this year. Dahlia says she got the perfect tomato right there. That is a beautiful looking tomato right there. That is beautiful. That's a BHN 589.
Yep.
Yeah. So I got the topping of, or heading out these BHNs, and I did 1 row of the Red Deuce. You know, it just goes against you to have to trim some of these, and I know some guys actually trim them, or they take off fruit to make them bigger, right? So they'll do things like that. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Looks like I mowed, you know, I went along and cut that off, trimmed a hedge, is what it looks like. And there's some more here, obviously, that I missed. So I went ahead and I trimmed, I topped them off. There's a few more I'm still finding, but if they were pretty good blooms and stuff, I kind of left them as my last, trying to make myself feel better anyway, of not cutting our profits. But I am topping them, heading off the plants. Certainly makes it easier to walk down the BHNs with a lot of these vines cut from the side that were still growing and stuff. We still have a lot of tomatoes on there, but by heading them off, it just makes it just makes it to where the fruit that's on there is going to be much bigger, and that's the advantages of doing what I'm doing there. So anyway, no sense growing vegetation right now, no sense putting on new fruit right now. We are like October the 3rd or something along that line, and we're going to have frost, and I'm all for green tomatoes. I am. But I don't need a whole house full of green tomatoes. We just will have too much. And the same thing applies over here with the Red Deuce. I might let 1 row of Red Deuce go on the top, just because we'll see if I do it, but I'll trim the sides. This Red Deuce side is done on the other side. Now I just got to kind of walk down and I'll trim the side off. And the left side here, I think I'm just going to go ahead and like this here, anything that's going to be getting into the aisleway, I'll go ahead and trim that off right now. That way, no reason to have them in here. We'll make it easier on our last days. And certainly you could do this during the season. You don't have to wait till the very end like I'm doing. But anyway, just making sure you can see the new growth as it pops out. And you say, yeah, there's probably a leader in there somewhere. And but this side I'm going to leave the tops on just Red Deuce, because I kind of favor Red Deuce, and I'll see, and I'll let a few of them go. Maybe I'll be wrong on it, but over here along the sidelines, though, I don't want them to block our aisleway anymore. So it's time just to cut them, just get them out of here. So this way, I should have been doing that during the growing season, but anyway, just to make it easier on us, here's one that's growing into the aisle and all of that, and we'll clean them up, make it easier on us. There's a nice tomato, don't want to cut that off, but here's a leader right there in the aisleway. So we'll trim that area up. I'll leave this 1 row, but then I got to go to the STMs over there. They're really tall, really big, and just want to make sure there that the fruit we have continues to put its energy into big fruit. And we're looking at the end of we got 4 more weeks of non-frost in theory, and it could happen faster than that. Anytime we can get a frost. So bottom line is, let's put the energy into new growth. But I wanted to show you what we've done. I think it looks pretty good all in all. And heading out, you can do this if you had a great big I see one laying here in the alleyway I need to cut. If you see your say you had a big event, maybe you had a corn boil for 4th of July or something like that, you could head off your fruit earlier and it'll still continue to put out new shoots, but you could have great big fruit for during your sweet corn time or something like that. You can actually push them to get great big tomatoes and have that reputation as the big tomato producer and things like that, you know. So between that and coming over here, thinning tomatoes will give you bigger fruit. I can't say you're going to get more pounds, but you will get bigger fruit. That part I don't know, between pounds And by trimming young tomatoes, say at this stage or younger, like that one's no good. I can see it's got a one. Let's see if I can do it. So I'm going to take that one off. It's already a bad fruit. That'll help that fruit. So, but that wasn't because I was looking for big fruit. It just, I could see it wasn't any good. Here, let me throw this on the ground so Delia can pick it up. So anyway, look at it. She's like, who do you think you are? You're going to get to sweep this aisle way up. But looks better, don't it, Delia? Yep. Makes it easier to find the tomatoes too, don't it?